Here we go. It's time for this really special Anthony Joshua Facebook Live, supported by Under Armour and hosted by them. I'm Colin Murray. This is more important. The man weighing in at about 6'6", little over 17 stone, and the prettiest boxer, let's face it, of the 21st century. Anthony Joshua, you well?
Yes, sir. How are you?
This has been experience. This is no interview. This is no press conference. This is proper fans. 2,500 already watching. You've just sat down. Say whatever you want. We're going to look at the love. If there's any hate, he's getting your IP address. He'll be round your house after his fight on Saturday night. Loads of people asking the weirdest questions. So you're ready for everything?
I'm ready, man.
Okay.
I'm ready.
And loads about training. And I want to start with training. People asking about loads of questions about how you get ready, just day in, day out, right? So I'm going to ask you a whole load of random questions I've had. How long do you skip for? Why do you skip?
How long do I skip for? Skipping is important. Gets the rhythm, gets your calves and legs going. And I skip for about non-stop about 8 to 10 minutes. You know, just a warm up, then you kind of loosen up the shoulders. So it's just a good activation for the body before boxing.
In your head, when you skip, are you always hearing da 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 da?
I'm thinking, how long have I got till this session's over? Nah, it's tough, but you got to go through it. And then after, I like to skip because it's just that little bit of extra work. When you're sweating, you've done your work, you get back on the rope and you're thinking, yeah, this is just the extra work, conditioning my shoulders and my body and stuff like that. But that Rocky music is not playing in my ears.
Wow, it is in mine when I watch you do it. What's the weirdest thing you've done in training?
The weirdest thing I've done in training.
You thought, why am I doing this?
The weirdest thing I've done in training? Probably, what can I say? It's been doing it for so long, I'm not too sure. Maybe getting in the sand or something like that. But then it's only until you get the explanation of why you're doing it, you then start to understand. So, like, shoes, socks off, get in the sand, start dancing around and all this. And I'm thinking, listen, I'm not preparing to play Brazilian beach football anytime soon. So why am I in the sand? Yeah. So then, but what it does, it conditions all the legs and so on. And then you see with certain fighters, there's different textures of the ring. Some are foamy, some are hard. So it just gives you...
Take me in. A lot of people are asking about post-training, and as someone who's tried to keep relatively more fit over the last couple of years, you know, I always have that debate all the time, like, how should I be stretching properly after every workout? What is your post-workout routine and the first food you eat?
After I finish the complete training session, so probably a protein shake, EQ nutrition down me. It's good, it's healthy, and then you got a 30-minute block to recover. So, you know, you just got to make sure in that 30-minute block you get something down you. Whether it's food, you don't like the proteins, maybe you prefer food or you prefer a smoothie, but get something in you in the first 30 minutes. And the reason why I take the shake is because it's easy to digest and get into the system.
Do you stretch the arm against the wall?
Do you know what? I don't stretch straight after training because I spend so long warming up, so long training, so long doing all the extra stuff. I stretch actually before I go to bed. So I go on YouTube, type in, you know what I mean? Put my little phone up and I just follow this American lady and just stretch my body because it helps me recover. Yeah.
So just before you go to bed, you follow an American lady and stretch?
Yeah.
A little bit too much information. I think we've had Melina on Saturday. You said you've trained more smart. Give me a little bit more detail that press conference doesn't allow you to give.
Nah, do you know what it is? It's just communication. I've got so much respect for my coach. If he wants me to train all year, I'll train all year. But I've just had to voice myself and be like, Coach, look, I'm feeling a bit tired, I'm feeling like this. And we've built a relationship where we've had an actual plan. We've got a really good team together now because in boxing, you turn pro, believe me, it's not glitz and glamour. You know, I come to you, you're a promoter, you tell me, you know what, you're going to turn pro, Josh. There's your contract. We want you to fight 10 times a year. Who's your trainer? That's your trainer. You probably train in some local gym and that's it. But you forget about the whole structure of how to become a professional outfit because you are running your own empire. And I've managed to bring through some trusted people that I've worked with before, and to get everyone to sit down around the table and plan, you know, a 3-month plan of training to help me sitting somewhere in training camp ready for my next session to help you better yourself through camp. And that's what we've done. And that's where it's been a lot smarter. So it hasn't just been about hard work. We want you to run, box, and we don't care if you're tired. You're supposed to feel tired because you're a boxer.
Yeah.
They've strategized when the rest is, the recovery, and it's really helped.
And that's much more smart.
Much more smart, yeah.
So far, so many people watching at the moment. And do you know what the most common question we've had building up to this on the Under Armour Facebook and Instagram and on your pages? Your fantasy fight, any fighter, alive or dead, that you would in your dream fight against?
And then again, the first thing that pops to mind is probably Holyfield, right?
Right.
You got to look at the man, a phenomenal man. From Philadelphia, one of the roughest place in America, and they called him the real deal Holyfield. So to have that title, like I ain't even picked up. I'm just Anthony Joshua, AJ right now.
Yeah.
So he's come from Philadelphia, a rough place, and they named him the real deal Holyfield. Tough fighter, come up from cruiserweight to dominate the heavyweight division, beat the greats, never ducked anyone, been in phenomenal fights. And what I like about his style also is, you know, he's off the line, he's on his toes, he can box, and he can scrap on the inside. So you want to watch a good little boxing fight, Riddick Bowe versus Evander Holyfield is a real good boxer-fighter fight.
So you got Holyfield, you're going to fight him in his pomp.
Yeah.
Who wins the fight?
Me and Holyfield.
Him in his pomp, you're in trouble now, right?
No.
Now you're in trouble.
Right now, because I'm not at that level when he's in his pump, I'm building.
Let's not pretend.
But
Holyfield's going down in this fantasy fight.
I would, if give me a year or so, I think I'll give him a good scrap, because I like to vision myself like Riddick Bowe, who is his competitor, and I do try and work on things like Riddick. So give me a year or so when I keep on practicing, the defense and counter. That's what Holyfield's good at. And I've got a really good sparring partner in Fraser Clark, who, when I spar with him, it just reminds me of that type of fight, because we box each other, but when we get close, you know, some fighters like to hug each other, and we still scrap it out, uppercuts, hooks. And it's like an imitation of these guys. So I definitely think I'd like to fight him because our styles will gel.
I love it. There's a big. What is your one treat you have as soon as the fight's over? Because you must go straight to the most fatty treat you can have.
Apple crumble. Yeah.
Homemade, or what, you just take it from anywhere?
So I was chatting to a chef yesterday about how to make the perfect apple crumble. And the issue that they have, right, is that the crumble needs to be toasted, right? But where they put the crumble on top of the apple, when they put it in the oven, the crumble absorbs the juices from the apple, so it never gets crispy enough. So you have to do it separate, and that's why a homemade crumble, if made right, is always the best.
There's a main reason people tuned into this, and it was to hear this.
To hear my apple crumble story?
I don't listen. You know when you make your crumble?
Yeah.
1/3 oats, Quaker's oats.
So you know this, the tricks as well.
And that's what gives you the extra crisp on top.
This is what I'm saying.
And you got a bit cinnamon on your apple.
Nah, no cinnamon.
Well, mate, you're not having the right apple crumble. If you want, I'll make you a post-fight apple crumble for every London fight. I'll bring it down like your auntie.
Wheel him in.
Bring it down. Wear a nice little dress for you. With that level head, a lot of fighters just say, well, I never contemplate losing. I'm never going to lose my all that stuff. And for very most fighters, that's not the case. So do you accept the possibility of losing? Do you fear losing? Do you refuse to think about it?
I accept the possibility because it's reality. You read so many stories of people that inspire you, and you see them for where they are because they've inspired you, but then until you read how they got there, you start realizing that, my God, it was tough. He went through some failures and bounced back. So what's to say that my journey will be completely opposite from the thousands of people who I've looked at and seen that it was tough? So that helps me keep my feet on the ground. But if I can learn anything from them, I'm going to prepare the best way possible to try and dodge these hiccups in the road, you know, and that's why I can't take my foot off the gas. And it's not only in the gym, it's how you live outside, because everyone's a boxer in the gym. As soon as you step out them doors, you got to question how people are living. So you got to kind of live the life. And I think due to that, I do accept the fact that it can happen. But as I said, I try and minimize any mistakes that can happen of losing down the future.
Let's do something. This in a year from now, right? So we've just sat this. This is how I have a couple of things left, and what you get away, because I know you loads to do. We sit here in a year from now. What do you want me to be saying?
How much did that mink jacket cost you, Josh?
Oh, you're not going to change, are you?
Yeah, I'll be changed. Different man. Now,
third person and all. Anthony
this whole thing filled with sponsors. Nah. Well, look, just like, you know what? It was good chatting to you last year. You stayed on your grind. You know, I love what you're doing in the world of boxing, and especially outside, because I want to try and, you know, give something back to the community. And just, you know what? I'm rooting for you and keep on doing what you're doing. Simple as that. Nothing major, nothing much changing, because right now, the main thing is to be happy. And if you take everything away from me, I can say I'm happy. So that's all that matters.
And how important is that with the connection with these thousands of people? I did a poll on a radio show I was doing, and it was like, not who you think is the best fighter. And this was ages ago as well, 2 years ago. Not the best British heavyweight, but your favourite. And you actually get 78% of thousands of votes.
Who, me?
Yeah.
Is it?
Right? And we were
and
like,
I'm still...
Yeah.
I ain't done.
Is that really important to you to be a semi-role model, a semi-sports star, someone who is attainable and
Winning's important. Winning is important, but there'll be another heavyweight that comes along that'll be winning. So it's about like how respect is just as important as well. So as I said, the respect, you know, connecting with people. After boxing, I might go in and be a trainer and help the youth come through because I know how it helped me. So yeah, man, as I said, as long as I'm happy, people are happy with what I'm doing, I think I'm ticking all the boxes.